Hey everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Equality and Rights for All. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have an interesting topic for today's show in which it is the U.S. House of Representatives today passed police funding and reform bills. Now, uh, to me personally, I think this was a fantastic thing that they did. And, you know, of course, there are people out there who are not happy with this, because there's a lot of people that just want all police departments shut down completely and all this other stuff um and whatever else. But personally, I think this was a great thing because you know what? There are a lot of great police officers out there. Okay. And I'm not saying they're all great because unfortunately, and I've said this in prior episodes too, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, there are a lot of bad police officers out there who think that just because they got a badge and a gun, they think that their stuff don't stink. And it's the bad officers that make all the good police officers look bad. Okay? But I've also said in prior episodes that we have to protect and help the good police officers. And there's a lot of them out there. Okay? Now, um, just like I've said it in prior episodes, and I'll say it again. With regard to the bad police officers, you know, they have to be properly reprimanded, and depending upon the circumstances, you know, aside from them being fired from the departments, they also need to be arrested and placed in jail. Okay. But then again, on the flip side, we also need to do, or our elected officials need to do, um, something uh, of for all those who rioted the U.S. Capitol, right? And all these white supremacists, they need to be labeled as domestic terrorists. Also, what needs to be done by our elected officials is that all of those anarchists who went around destroying businesses, um, attacking police officers, destroying police vans and stuff like that during the time of the peaceful Black Lives Matter movement, those anarchists also need to be labeled as domestic terrorists as well. And these domestic terrorists, they need to be arrested and placed in prison as well. Now, in regards to today's bills passing in the House of Representatives, you know, for the police funding and reform bills, I think that this is great. You know, it's proper funding for the police department, and of course, they're going to want, you know, they also stipulated in these bills, to have all police officers do proper training and so on and so forth with the proper technology equipment that they need and so on and so forth as well. So these bills, which I believe there was a total of like four bills in this, okay, these bills are truly, in my opinion anyhow, are wonderful. Now, just because they passed in the United States House of Representatives does not mean that these are law just yet, because what the next step has to be is these bills also need to pass the United States Senate, and then um, if the United States Senate passes these bills, then it has to go to the White House for the president's stamp of approval and signature. on there. And then once all that gets done, then these bills get to become law. Now, this is it's said that these bills more than most likely might not pass the United States Senate. Now, nobody's a psychic or anything like that, but I personally believe that these bills should pass the United States Senate too. And I mean, if the United States Senate wants to do any sort of amending or adjustments to these bills, you know, it should be for the positive, for the good, for the better for the community, and really minor adjustments because um, from what I'm reading from the article about these bills, to me personally, there doesn't seem to be anything that really needs to be changed. You know, um, but because that this is election time, you know, there's going to be people out there who's going to say, well, the the people out in the community, they don't want shit for the police, so we're not going to pass this. You know, so you can't think like that, ladies and gentlemen, because you know what? For all these uh, people out there who just want to end all police departments, who don't want anything good for the police departments and whatever, you know, you gotta say fuck you to those people. You really do. Because those are the people who just want to go out, commit crimes, and not get punished. Okay? Now, um, it's again, we gotta protect the good police officers out there. Okay? We do. And that's just a fact. Because not all police officers are bad. So we need to get these sort of bills passed. Okay? And, we really need to help our police officers as well, like I said. So, um, and if our elected officials, if they really want to throw in the, well, we're up for for elections and stuff like that. This election time, we have to be there for the people and so on. Listen, if you're going to throw in the elections thing, then you know what? If you want the backing of the police departments and their unions and so on and so forth, you got to pass these types of bills. It's just pure common fucking sense. So, I mean, really. So I truly hope that these bills do get passed, and hopefully soon because elections are right around the corner. So seriously. But anyways, I wanted to remind all my fans out there about the business that my husband and I have together called AWLDNY. The link to there is awldny.com. You guys can check out all the products on there. All the products that you see on there, we actually make ourselves. And I also wanted to remind all my fans out there about my other business, my other website that I have called Advocate Information Highway. And the link to there is AIHNY.com. Again, that is AIHNY.com. And you guys can check out all the pages on there. On the homepage of my website of Advocate Information Highway, you will see the link to my internet store on Zazzle.com, in which I designed a lot of products, and they're up for sale on there. Also, on the homepage of my website of Advocate Information Highway, you will see the links to the two books that I wrote. And if you guys follow those links, you guys can check out and purchase both of my books as well. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.